What does a court mystery anime look like when the detective is an apothecary with a poisons hobby instead of a swordsman? Because that's what the Apothecary Diaries is. 24 episodes. Imperial Palace. The protagonist solves cases by smelling them.
Bro, that's such a weird sell.
It's the best version of itself. The pitch in one sentence. A young apothecary from a brothel district gets kidnapped, sold to the imperial rear palace as laundry staff, and within 3 months, she's the only person inside the walls who can read symptoms.
Wait, brothel district to imperial palace?
Right, same world, different walls. The show treats them as sister institutions on purpose.
Okay, so it's a procedural?
It is, until it isn't. Case of the week structure for the first cour, then the cases turn out to be one case. And the source author has a pharmacist background. You can feel it. Every episode's mystery turns on a real chemical or biological mechanism. Lead in face powder. Honey to a newborn. A flower dust explosion.
Hold on, flower explodes?
If it's airborne and you light it, yes. We'll get there.
Alex, that's a really specific show.
It's a really specific show. And the loud read on it is costume drama, palace intrigue, the harem politics genre everyone has opinions about. That read isn't wrong, but it sells the show short.
What's the actual show then?
A romance the heroine refuses to call a romance, structured as a procedural, set inside a system that produces serial harm by accident. That's the actual show.
Refuses to call a romance. What does that mean?
Means the heroine is constitutionally allergic to flattery. She's the only woman in the building immune to the most beautiful man at court. The whole show pivots on that.
Okay, you have my attention.
So, setup. Episode 1, Maomao is delivering medicine to a brothel for her father, gets jumped on the road home, wakes up sold into the imperial rear palace as a laundry servant.
And she just keeps her head down?
She tries. She paints fake freckles on her face every morning so she looks plain and forgettable. Plan is to ride out 2 years and get out clean.
Wait, fake freckles as camouflage. That's a real character detail.
It's a working safety protocol. The brothel district she grew up in, pretty girls get dragged into back alleys. Plain ones don't. She's been disappearing on purpose since she was a kid.
Damn.
Anyway, 3 months in, the emperor's babies are dying. Headaches, stomach pain, nausea. The servants are calling it a curse.
And she clocks it.
Watch the camera here. She runs the symptom list in her head and rules things out one by one. The show stages pharmacology like detective work.
頭痛に腹痛に吐き気考えられるのは毒殺かいや行為争いなら姫が狙われる理由
Lead. Imported high-end face powder. The nurses use it for whitening. The babies inhale it.
Oh, that's horrible.
She leaves an anonymous warning on the consort's windowsills. One of them listens. Princess Lingley lives. The other consort doesn't, and her prince doesn't.
And then, the smart consort yanks her out of the laundry pool.
Once Jinshi, the eunuch administrator, traces the warning back to her. She gets promoted to lady-in-waiting at the Jade Pavilion. Job description includes poison tasting.
Cover blown.
Cover blown.
Tell me about the eunuch.
Jinshi. Beautiful enough that he literally stops conversations. Charm offensive on every consort and every lady-in-waiting in the building.
And it works on Maomao 0%.
0%. She glares at him like he's a venomous caterpillar. The show's running joke, and also the engine of his curiosity about her.
Of course.
Episode 2 settles her into the new posting and makes the working dynamic clear. He assigns her cases, she solves them while complaining. He keeps trying to seduce her. It keeps not landing. Episode 3 is the first big atmospheric beat. There's a rumor that a ghost is dancing on the eastern wall under moonlight.
It's not a ghost.
It's not a ghost. Watch what the camera is refusing to explain in this one. They show you the image first, the meaning second.
Okay, that is gorgeous.
And the explanation is sad and human. A consort being given away as a battle reward who has loved a soldier since childhood. She's signaling her chastity from the wall every night so he'll know.
Wait, that's the case?
Yeah?
That's so much sadder than Ghost.
And Maomao quietly lets it land. She doesn't write it up. She tells Jinshi the safe version. Sets the working pattern between them for the whole season.
She protects the consort.
She protects the consort. The case ends with the woman leaving the palace willingly to meet the soldier. It's the only unambiguously happy ending of the cour. And visually, that wall, the white silk under moonlight, the cotton rose flower the case is named after, the show stages the same image at the start of the season and at the very end. It bookends itself.
Bookends. Got it.
Episodes 4 through 9 are the procedural stretch. Cases pile up. They look standalone.
But they're not.
But they're not. Hold that.
Walk me through them.
4. The rival consort whose son died of the same lead powder is herself dying of it. The emperor orders Maomao to nurse her. 2 months of slow rebuild.
And this is one of the season's quietly best arcs.
It is. The consort starts as a haughty rival and ends as one of Maomao's most enduring allies. The show is already telling you nobody here is a flat antagonist.
And there's a moment in there. She asks why she wasn't allowed to die.
And then she eats the porridge anyway. The show holds the contradiction. Wanting to live and saying so are not the same thing.
Then garden party.
Garden party. All 4 high consorts present, plus the outer court officers. Someone tries to assassinate the youngest consort with a mackerel allergy and a vinegar fish dish.
By food allergy.
By food allergy. The dish gets switched at the table. Maomao tastes it and clocks the poison, and then a minister scoops it up off the floor to test it himself.
He doesn't.
He absolutely does. Watch the timing on Maomao's face here. This is the comedic high.
これ毒です。
キキのスープに毒なんて本当なのか?
Right.
And Maomao is excited about the poison.
Visibly excited. She has to be hauled to the infirmary because she will not stop trying to taste the residue. The character is consistent.
Then she goes home.
She goes home for 3 days, takes the poisoned silver bowl with her, runs forensics on it.
Wait, what kind of forensics?
Latent fingerprints. Cotton ball. Dust the silver bowl with powder. Brush off the excess. Whoever touched it left marks.
How does an apothecary's daughter know that?
She picked it up at the brothel apothecary. They use the trick to mark containers nobody is supposed to touch. Watch how.
ですね。
はい。
これで一体何を?
私のいた薬屋ではいたずら防止に触れてはいけない器に染料をつけていました。これはその応用です。
4 prints. 3 are kitchen staff. 1 is on the rim. That's the poisoner.
That's such a clean detective scene.
And the show has been doing this kind of thing since episode 1. You just stop noticing because you're enjoying the dynamic.
Yeah, okay. What else is in the cour?
There's a brothel murder dressed up as a double suicide. A courtesan layers a heavy poison drink under a clean one and uses a wheat-stalk straw to drink only the safe layer.
Hold on, wait a second. That's a parlor trick.
It's a parlor trick used as a murder weapon. The whole brothel knew. They timed the homecoming so Maomao would be there to keep both victims alive. And she figures it out and chooses not to write it down. Selective justice. The brothel raised her.
That's such a real character beat.
Then there's a senior bureaucrat who gets ambient poisoned to death by colleagues who didn't really mean to.
Hold on, ambient poisoned?
Office prank that escalates. Coworkers put salt in his cup because he's annoyingly stoic. Turns out, grief has killed his sense of taste. He drinks salt all night.
Oh, that's bleak.
It's the season's thesis in one beat. The palace doesn't need assassins. Cumulative neglect by people who don't really mean it gets there on its own.
I'd argue that's the most interesting thing about the show.
It might be. The show keeps presenting deaths, and the official cause is always an accident or the will of the heavens. And Maomao keeps quietly seeing the chain. And the consorts, who are nominally rivals, slowly become her audience. The whole hierarchy moves around her without her trying to move it.
Which she would hate if she noticed.
Which she would absolutely hate if she noticed. Episodes 10 through 12 are the first big pivot. Every standalone case from the first cour collapses into one.
Wait, all of them?
All of them. One head lady in waiting at one pavilion has been carrying a secret for 16 years. And once Maomao puts the pieces together, every prior case has a single hand under it.
Alex, satisfying or cheating?
I'd push back on cheating. The clues are all in their original episodes. The show was just letting you read them as standalone procedural until the back third.
Fine. Provisional, yes. We circle back.
And the way the confession scene plays out is brutal. Maomao walks the lady through her whole timeline without raising her voice. 16 years of guilt-driven service in one room. And then she offers her a deal. Confess to one motive, not the other, so the consort she serves never learns the truth. She agrees and walks to her own execution.
That is dark.
It's the coldest mercy beat in the show. And in the same purge, the trafficking ring that originally sold Maomao to the palace gets dismantled. She loses her job.
Wait, she gets fired.
Yes, and Jinshi could have buried her name from the list and didn't because he refused to be the man who keeps her in a place she dislikes.
Oh, that's a real character beat.
It's the first time the show treats him as a person with a real moral problem instead of a courtly fixture. And there's a moment a couple of episodes earlier, drunk, on a quiet path home, where he just refuses to let go of her.
Oh.
お酒を飲んでいるのですか？
付き合いだ。仕方ない。
付き合いね。
家主は俺を先に誘って飲ませるだけ飲ませた挙句どこかへ。
Oh, that's the moment.
That's the moment.
And then she gets fired anyway.
And then she gets fired anyway. The end of cour-one is her standing alone by the moat at home and saying out loud that the brothel and the palace are no different. Both gardens, both cages.
That's the show's thesis.
That's the show's thesis. And the cliffhanger is Jinshi showing up at the brothel as a wealthy noble with cash, asking for one specific girl by name. And the brothel he goes to is the brothel she grew up in. The madam knows him. The 3 princesses know him. The whole place is in on it.
Wait, they were running it together?
Not quite. They are not actively setting her up. They just understand the value of letting 2 people figure out their own situation.
That's so much more interesting than a love triangle.
It is. The supporting cast is run by adults who watch what is happening and just keep cooking dinner. Cour-two opens with him buying her back as his personal household staff. Different building, different rules.
She comes back willingly.
He brings a 1 in 1,000 cordyceps fungus and enough cash to make the brothel madam blink. Maomao is a pharmacology nerd. She comes.
Bribed by drugs.
Bribed by drugs. And the back half rewires every relationship around her.
Like what?
New pure consort installed, and she's deliberately illegible, wears a different face every day. Eccentric strategist starts camping in Jinshi's office, for no apparent reason. Suspicious explosion in the military district.
Wait, say more about the strategist.
Monocled. Sees other humans as identical chess pieces. Sees almost nobody as a real face. The exceptions are the load-bearing thing about him.
Oh wait, the show literally renders that?
There's a whole sequence near the end of cour-two from his POV where every face in a crowd is actually drawn as a chess stone. It is a beautiful piece of staging, and one specific exception bleeds color back in.
Whoa.
It is, and it pays off later. Hold the thought.
Got it. So, the explosion.
Flower explosion. Fine flour suspended in the air, spark from a smoking pipe. The warehouse blows. Maomao reverse engineers it on the spot, using a flame and a scoop of flour.
On the spot.
Singes the eyebrows off the military officer she's working with. He learns to listen to her after that.
She also picks up an ivory pipe in the rubble.
She picks up an ivory pipe in the rubble. Foreshadowing.
Of what?
All of it is foreshadowing. The second cour does this thing where every case has the same shape. Accident on purpose. Told to a low-status accomplice by a stranger at a tavern.
Distributed conspiracy.
Right. And one of the prettiest puzzle scenes in the back half is a metal worker's locked will riddle. 3 brothers, 3 weird gifts, a sealed drawer.
How does she crack it?
Fishbowl. Sunlight. Watch the whole sequence. There's no dialogue for almost...
ですよね。
昔は開いたんだが、親父が細工してるうちに開かなくなっちまったらしい。
鍵は一つ。
これしかねえよ、親父のやつ。
That ruled.
And the alloy in that drawer is the same alloy that ends up installed on a ceremonial pillar that 3 episodes later is supposed to crush somebody.
Wait, somebody.
Somebody. We are not saying who.
We are not saying who.
Around episode 17, the show also lets the romance breathe. There's a long incognito stroll through the city.
Hold on, incognito stroll?
Maomao does Jinshi's makeup so he looks like a normal person. They spend an unhurried afternoon together like 2 normal people. It's the warmest the show ever lets them be.
Wait, she does his makeup?
Inverts the entire freckles as disguise thing she's been doing since episode 1. Now she's the cosmetic technician and he's the one who needs to disappear.
That's actually really sweet.
And it's the same arc that finally walks her into a room she'd been avoiding her whole life. Family stuff. We are not saying which family.
Damn.
And there's a court lady working at the military pharmacy who keeps showing up at the edge of cases. Tall, smells like medicine, plants strange herbs in unofficial gardens. Mentions the phrase, a medicine to resurrect someone, as if joking.
Hold on, what?
It's a joke until it isn't.
Real medicine.
Real world reference. Thornapple plus pufferfish toxin produces an apparent death state. The heart slows, the body goes cold, the patient looks dead and isn't. And the show absolutely uses that mechanism in the back half. We are not telling you on whom.
Wait, it's actually real?
It's actually real. Look it up after.
This show?
This show.
Hold on, let me track who's planning what. Lulin's clan, Lacan, the court lady at the military pharmacy.
And the conspiracy isn't one team. It's at least 2 overlapping ones, using each other as cover. The show is unusually patient about laying that out. And the household around Jinshi, his veteran attendant Suiren, his deputy Gaoshen, they spend the entire back half quietly playing matchmaker. They know what is happening before the leads do.
And they're rooting for it.
They are openly rooting for it. There's a scene where Suiren essentially tells Maomao to stop pretending nobility is hereditary and just take the seat that is being offered to her.
Whoa.
And that's the back half show. Procedural cases on the surface. Family drama underneath. A romance that everyone in the room is treating as a real possibility, except the 2 people in it. And the supporting characters get their own through lines. The military officer she conned into vouching for her in cour-one, he's working a real promotion arc.
Wait, the dog guy?
The dog guy, Lihua, falls for one of the 3 princesses, tries to earn the buyout the slow, honest way.
And the show actually pays that off.
It actually pays it off. There's an episode where Jinshi privately offers him the buyout money as a gift, and Lihua turns it down because he wants to be the man who paid for his own life.
Oh, that's clean.
And it incidentally tells you something important about Jinshi too. He has the power to fix a relationship by writing a check, and he respects the man who tells him no. Okay, this is where we stop. There's a final 5 or 6 episode arc that does 3 things at once, and we are not going to spoil any of it.
What can we tell them?
Stakes. The conspiracy from cour-two has a target, and that target matters to her. The pharmacology has been training the audience to read symptoms for 20 episodes, and in the climax, the audience reads them at the same speed she does. That's a real craft trick.
What about the family thread?
Resolved on her terms, she sets the rules, she controls the medicine, she uses the legal vocabulary of buyout and contract to do an act of mercy without saying so out loud. That is what she does. Emotional weight, every quiet brothel detail, every hairpin, every offhand pharmacology line, all of it becomes load-bearing in the back 4 episodes. Things you stopped paying attention to start paying off.
Craft?
Craft. The finale arc has the show's most stylized compositions, the best music, and a closing image so well staged that it's the most screen-capped frame on social media for the season.
Tease me.
There's an episode where Maomao spends weeks running a borrowed steam room, day and night, to force 100...
She forces the bloom.
She forces the bloom. And then the show closes on a wall.
こちらに話を通してきたんだ。地味にやっているつもりでも、周りはそう思っていないことは覚えておけ。
御意。
で、今度はお前の番だ。何をしていた？
We are not telling you why.
You watch it.
So, back to the question.
What does a court mystery look like with a poisoned nerd in the lead?
Like this. 24 episodes of pharmacology as detective work, with a romance underneath it that the heroine is constitutionally allergic to admitting, set inside a system that quietly kills people without meaning to.
Hold on. Back to your pushback.
Verdict satisfying. They earned it. The clues are all there in their original episodes. I will defend that one.
Provisional, yes. Upgraded to full, yes. Logged?
Logged.
Okay, who's this for?
If you came up on Cowboy Bebop's Case of the Week structure, this is for you. If you like detective shows where the camera lets the protagonist think before it explains, also for you. Hold on, Jordan, have you actually watched Bebop yet?
Bro. Okay, no, I have not.
Of course not.
I will. After this season. Don't look at me like that.
I'm not looking at you like anything.
You're looking at me like that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want fights.
I would push back on that being the metric for this one. There's almost no combat. The action scenes are deduction scenes.
Fair, but honestly, even with that, it sold me.
It surprised me too. I went in expecting glossy harem politics. I left thinking about the salt-poisoned bureaucrat for 2 days.
And the lead is just, she's such a specific person.
She's the engine. The whole show works because she's allergic to flattery and addicted to poison and openly bored by the most beautiful man at court.
And the romance.
And the romance is the rare slow burn that doesn't feel like padding. They are both interesting on their own. The slow burn is 2 interesting people circling each other, not one interesting one, and a love interest.
That's fair.
And honestly, the pacing is the surprise. 24 episodes felt like 15. They earned the back 4.
If you want a quietly funny period mystery whose detective solves cases by smell, this is the one.
And go watch the back 4 episodes specifically. We were careful not to spoil them. The reason we were careful is they're the reason to watch the show.
Watch it. Get to the wall.
And one more thing, the supporting cast is actually deep. The brothel sisters, the consorts, the household staff, the military officer with a crush. Each of them gets a real arc.
That's rare.
It is rare. Most procedurals at this length are about one detective and a rotating cast of week-long victims. This one is about a household.
And there's a season 2 coming.
There's a season 2. Season 1 closes its own arcs cleanly, but the larger conspiracy is still alive, the Apothecary network is still alive, and the family question is still open. There is more on the way.
But you can absolutely watch S1 on its own.
You can absolutely watch S1 on its own. The finale is a finale. The wall scene is a real ending image. You won't feel cliffhanger-ed.
Okay, tell people what to do.
Watch the first 3 episodes. They aired together as a 1-hour premiere block. The show is built that way. If the lead poisoning case lands on you, you are in for the rest. If it doesn't, walk away clean.
That's the call. All right, that's the Apothecary Diaries Season 1. Take care of each other, eat something, watch the show. See you on the next one.